Let me say something that sounds wrong at first, but completely changed my life. Most people don't fail because they're bad at what they're doing. They fail because they don't fail enough. Listen, I don't mean like life-ruining failure, okay? I mean small, contained, low-stakes failures. That's the reason that my success now looks fast, even though it took years to build. If you've ever felt stuck, like you know that you're capable of more, but you keep hesitating, overthinking, or waiting for the right idea, this video is for you. Because what I'm about to explain isn't motivation. It's not hustle. It's a way of learning faster than most people without blowing up your life. And that really is one of the keys to success, is learning faster than everyone else. Taking success and merit out of the equation, you will genuinely be a happier person. Once you see this, you will realize why so many smart people stay stuck for decades. So here's what most people believe. I just need to find the right idea, or the right timing, or the right plan. So they sit, they research, they watch videos like this one, but they never actually try. What they don't realize is that success doesn't come from finding the right thing. It comes from trying many things badly, cheaply, and early. And that's what I accidentally did for years. And I'm going to cover things quickly here. I always try to because I deeply respect your time. Bear with me, you're going to want to hear this entire video. 2 times speeded if you need to. This really is an incredibly key concept that got me to where I am today with a medical degree, multiple master's degrees, thriving social media business, etc., etc. I'll give you an example. In college, I had an idea. GoPros were everywhere at the time. They were insanely popular and way too expensive. But I had a few of them because I used them for personal filming and some fun. So I thought, what if people could just rent them for trips? I launched a whole rental business. I learned legal basics. I learned websites. I learned hiring freelancers. I paid a guy almost all of the money that I had, which at the time was about $800, to do marketing for me, and it failed. I lost money, like almost all of it. All in all, this is probably about a $2,000 loss. This is after me trying to keep this business alive for a year, so this was spread out, okay? I didn't win at this business, but here's what most people miss. I didn't lose everything. I lost a small, survivable amount spread out over time, and in return, I gained skills that never left me. Do you think I made the same mistakes again with a different business? No. That pattern repeated over and over. I built apps that failed. I built tools that never launched. I learned AI, design, hiring, marketing, editing. Sometimes, oftentimes actually, without ever shipping a product publicly. Then, when I was early in medical school, I decided that I needed to understand social media for what I wanted to do in the future. So I just did it. And at the time, I was like, what do I do right now? I don't want to talk about medicine because I'm so early in my career. Hey, I play video games. I'll just be a streamer. So I just started. I posted even when it was incredibly cringe. People talked about me. My own family begged me not to do it and just to focus on medicine. And I swore to them I could handle both. I did this day in and day out, even when it felt uncomfortable, even when it felt pointless. And with all of these lessons stacking up and failing countless times and spending a fortune over 4 to 5 years on this social media business, I grew to over 115,000 followers. And guess what? I still wasn't profitable for years. But again, I was learning. This is spread out over a long period of time. Editors, content pacing, audience psychology, what resonates, what doesn't. So when I finally decided to start doing YouTube, it wasn't luck. It was inevitable, honestly. Things felt very simple because I felt like I knew what I was doing. Here's a euphemism to reframe this if you really need this. I personally don't. I'm happy to say that my businesses failed and I learned from them, but you can always say that instead of your businesses failing, you were buying skills at a discount. Most people try to protect themselves from failure. Of course, you want to succeed. What I did, without realizing it, was fail on small surfaces, small money, small projects, short timelines. And before you come at me with pitchforks, I understand that the numbers I just threw out are not small. Keep in mind, I was a student living on loans, okay? These were spread out over a very long period of time. That's why when something finally worked, it worked fast because success compounds on skills. Oftentimes, success is a very exponential growth rate. What I mean is you may be going like this for a very long period of time with ever so slight improvements, and then your success just skyrockets. What that often comes down to is you have finally developed the skills to break through the threshold. I want to take a second to talk about why I think most people are so paralyzed with this. People say that they're afraid of losing money, but I really don't think that's even most of the picture. They're afraid of looking stupid, wasting effort, starting over, not being instantly good. So instead of trying, they plan and plan some more and plan forever. Most ideas that people and maybe yourself romanticize and think over are one weekend and one freelancer away from reality. A developer on Fiverr can develop almost any project for a few $100s. I literally had an idea for an app this weekend, and I went through the entire concept of how to do it. I planned, I looked at competitors, I saw what they did, I looked at the backends and the APIs that I would need, and realized that it would cost me about $200 to launch it. Am I going to launch it? No, not right now. But I understand a heck of a lot more about the market. Learning is the point here. So when you're finally ready, you can enter the market or many other markets that are very similar, much more experienced. So we need an actionable framework, or this would not be a Dr. Matt Jones video. Here is how to do this without ruining your life. Fail cheaply. Hundreds, not tens of thousands. Fail fast. Weekends, not decades, okay? Fail intentionally. You're not gambling. You're experimenting. Extract the skills, okay? Once you've failed enough times, you stop being afraid of starting, and that is where real success comes in. And when fear disappears on this, execution becomes automatic. Let me say this really clearly, and you might want to write this one down. I didn't succeed just because my ideas worked. I succeeded because I stopped needing them to. That is when things will change for you. You stop waiting. You stop hesitating. You stop overthinking, and you become someone who acts. Here is the actual system on how to fail productively. And honestly, this is the part that I feel that most people mess up. Trying things randomly isn't the goal. Failing well is. So let me give you the exact framework that I followed, whether I realized it at the time or not. We can call this the low stakes experiment plan, okay? If you get this right, you will move faster than most people without burning yourself out or blowing up your finances. Where most people go wrong is they say, I want to start a business. I want financial freedom. I want to build an app. That is too big, too vague, and way too paralyzing. You don't even know where to start. Instead, ask, what skill would make my future easier no matter what? Examples can be marketing, writing, sales, editing, product thinking, audience building. Every failed project I ever did trained at least one of these. That's why none of it was wasted. Step number 2, constrain the damage. This part is incredibly critical. Every experiment needs hard limits, a time cap, a money cap, an emotional cap. For example, I'll give this one weekend. I'll spend no more than $300, which is a very smart thing because you're going to learn how to build a very lean product. If it doesn't work, I will shut it down without doubling down. This keeps you calm enough to actually act. People don't procrastinate because they're lazy. They procrastinate because the risk feels infinite. You need to make it finite. Step 3. Build ugly, fast, and real. Your first version will probably be slightly embarrassing. If it's not, you waited way too long. You really should go look at my first social media post. They're rough. Most people say, I don't know how to build that, or I don't know how to do that. Good. Either learn just enough to ship it, or pay someone small enough amount to build a rough version. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're trying to understand it. Reality and experience will teach faster than thinking ever will. Step number 4, make a decision. After the experiment, you have a decision to make. Kill it. Iterate again. Double down. No dragging it out. No emotional attachment. No identity crisis. Most people, and this has been me before, suffer not because they fail, because they linger. That is one of the best lessons that I learned from my GoPro business. You just move on. So why does this work? Here is what's happening kind of under the hood of your brain, okay? Every time you complete an experiment, success or failure, whatever it may be, you are training your brain to initiate action faster, tolerate uncertainty, trust yourself to recover. That's execution. Execution isn't just confidence. It's evidence that you have built. That's why people who try more things can handle this better. They have survived more reps. Eventually, something clicks. Not because it's the one, but because you're ready. By the time YouTube really worked for me, I didn't panic. I didn't overthink. I didn't cling. I recognized the patterns. I built fast. I chose aligned brands. I knew what to outsource, what not to, where to double down. I even knew when to say no. That wasn't luck. And this is where most people ask, okay, but how do I know what to try next? And this is where structure matters. I write a lot about these frameworks in my book, From Dull to Doctor. It's not a hype book. It is not a motivational story. It is how I rebuilt my thinking, my execution, my confidence under pressure. If you want the blueprint instead of guessing, that is where it lives. I cover not only the mental aspect, but the physical aspects as well. Most people say it is written like a very knowledgeable friend talking to you. That's actually what I was going for, and people said it has absolutely changed their life. It is in all formats. I will drop it at the top of the description. And if you don't want to do this alone, my new community is where we actually apply this. I did this intentionally so people can have a community to work with. It's not just content. It's not BS noise. It's systems, experiments, feedback, and one-on-one access to me so we can tailor this to your actual situation. It is by far the easiest way to communicate with me. Honestly, it is a treasure trove of content. If you are capable but scattered and don't really know your next step, this is probably the best place to start. Let me leave you with this. Most people aren't behind because they lack talent. They're behind because they've protected themselves from learning. Fail small, fail often, fail on purpose. That is how you build something real. If this hit, comment. Let me know what experiment you're finally going to run, and if this finally clicked for you. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss another post. I post amazing life-changing content like this once a week, sometimes twice a week. You don't want to miss it. Share this video with someone that you think would benefit. It's completely free and the least that you can do to help a loved one. There's apparently a hype button somewhere. I don't know. It's new. Press it. It's also free. It helps the video a lot. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, I'm Dr. Matt Jones. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.